Hello everyone. Today, I'll be diving into one of the most influential and iconic films in the history of horror. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Directed by the master of suspense himself, Hitchcock, this film not only redefined the horror genre but also explored the depths of human psyche in ways never seen before. Even half a century later, Psycho remains eerily relevant, as it delves into the mysteries of the human mind and the fears that lie beneath the surface of our consciousness. For me, Psycho has always represented much more than just a horror story. It evokes memories of isolation and the fear of the unknown, emotions I've felt personally. Watching Marion Crane's descent into Norman Bates' twisted world reminded me of moments when fear isn't something you can physically see, but rather something lurking just beneath the surface. This film taps into those primal fears, making it timeless and ever relevant. Now let's explore Psycho through a detailed review. Although I can't showcase images or clips from the film, we'll rely on insightful commentary and visual elements to guide you through the atmosphere and themes of this classic. Psycho follows the story of Marion Crane, played by Janet Leigh, a young secretary who steals a large sum of money and decides to flee. Her desperate bid for a new life takes her to the Bates Motel, run by the seemingly quiet and unassuming Norman Bates, played by Anthony Perkins. What begins as a journey of escape turns into a chilling nightmare of psychological terror. Marion's actions, motivated by financial troubles and a desire for freedom, are rooted in her personal struggles and failures. But soon we realize that what seems like a simple road trip and escape is far more complex. At the heart of the film is the relationship between Norman and his mother, whose twisted connection becomes the central mystery. Norman's obsession with his mother and his fractured psyche are revealed gradually, leading to unsettling and disturbing revelations. Alfred Hitchcock's mastery of tension and suspense is unparalleled in Psycho. He uses visual storytelling to create an environment of constant unease. Hitchcock expertly crafts an atmosphere of paranoia and dread through the film's minimalistic approach. Simple sets, muted colors, and long, lingering shots. The lack of dynamic camera movement in certain scenes contributes to a sense of static dread. One of the most iconic scenes, the infamous shower scene, is not terrifying because of its visual gore, but because of the prolonged silence and Bernard Herrmann's dissonant string score. This scene is a testament to Hitchcock's genius in creating terror through suggestion rather than explicit violence. Sound, silence, and camera angles become as powerful as the characters themselves, leaving a lasting impression. Anthony Perkins delivers one of the most unforgettable performances in film history as Norman Bates. His portrayal of a disturbed and shy individual concealing deep-seated psychosis is chilling. Bates is neither purely monstrous nor entirely innocent, making him an unsettlingly ambiguous figure. Perkins' nuanced acting humanizes Norman, creating a character whose duality, half courteous, half menacing, keeps us on edge. Janet Leigh, in her role as Marion Crane, brings a tragic yet relatable dimension to the film. Her character's fateful journey from independence to vulnerability mirrors the film's exploration of human frailty and the dangers of making impulsive decisions. The sudden shift from protagonist to victim adds layers of pathos to her character. Psycho is more than just a story of murder. It's an exploration of the human psyche, identity, and the inner conflicts we often try to suppress. Norman's struggle with his mother's dominance and his disconnection from reality are key themes. Hitchcock delves into the idea of the unconscious mind, exposing how repressed desires and fears shape our actions. This film also examines the impact of guilt, isolation, and the struggle to escape from one's own mental burdens. Marion's death early on symbolizes the disintegration of identity and control, leaving Norman's disturbed psyche to take center stage. Psycho didn't just redefine horror, it shaped the very language of psychological thrillers and horror films. The character of Norman Bates became the blueprint for countless disturbed characters that followed. The film's influence is seen not only in horror but in broader pop culture. Scenes like the shower scene and the famous line, "We all go a little mad sometimes," have become iconic references that endure to this day. Without Psycho, the landscape of horror cinema as we know it would be vastly different. It paved the way for films to explore the human mind's darker recesses, rather than relying on shock value alone. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho remains one of the most important and influential films, not just in the horror genre but in cinema as a whole. It continues to captivate and unsettle audiences because of its exploration of the subconscious, human frailty, and the terrifying unknown that resides within us all. Whether you're a film aficionado or a casual viewer, Psycho is a must-watch if you're interested in the psychological horror genre. What are your thoughts on Psycho? Did it leave as lasting an impact on you as it did on me? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to share your own interpretations of the film and its themes.